What's going on, everyone? My name is Berk, bringing you the introduction video for the ISL Season 2. There is quite a few changes from the first season, and this video is just going to explain how the draft is going to work this season, introduce the new coaches, everything like that. So let's start with showing you who's going to actually be in Season 2 of the ISL. We have 9 returning coaches from Season 1 of the ISL. They are the New England Patrats, coached by myself, the Texas Rhyhorns, coached by Hayden, the Atlanta Braviary, coached by Ty. We have the Dallas Victory Stars, coached by Xavier. We have the San Francisco 49 Tails, coached by Boo. We have the Florida Feraligators, coached by Jair. We have Manistee City, coached by Cameron. We also have the Carolina Pansiers, coached by Oz. And last but not least, we have the Cincinnati Regigigas, coached by Damon. We also have 3 new coaches coming into the ISL. The first new team is the Rotterdam Staraptors, coached by Ramon. The second new team is the Chicago Gliscor, coached by Blazehound. And the last team is the Utah Wheeze, coached by Gavin. All the coaches' YouTubes and Twitters will be in the description below if they have a YouTube. Moving on to the draft, the official draft date for the ISL Season 2 is October 18th at 12 p.m. EST. We might be streaming it. If we are indeed streaming it, the link for the Twitch channel, which we are streaming it at, will be in the description below as well. So the draft rules for the ISL Season 2 is going to be very similar to the UCL. I'm sure if you're watching this channel, you've seen the UCL. Each coach is going to be allowed to draft 3 OU, 3 UU, 3 RU, and 3 NU Mons. The draft order is going to be a common serpentine draft. It's going to go 1 through 12, 12 to 1, and so on until all 4 tiers have been completed. We do not reset the order between tiers, so the first person to draft in OU is going to be the last person to draft in UU, and it's just going to keep repeating like that into RU and NU. Each team can only draft 1 Mega Pokemon, as well as if the base form of a Pokemon is chosen that has a Mega Evolution, the Mega Evolution cannot be chosen by a different team. The Mega and the base form are considered one Pokemon. So, for instance, if one team drafts Latios, another team can't draft Mega Latios. There have been changes to the Smogon tiers that we are using, and the tier lists and the Pokemon that are in each tier will be in the description below as well. We have a pretty short ban list this season. The bans are all the Ubermons and Mega Metagross. The Mega Lati twins were banned last season. They were unbanned. The reason they were banned in the first place was because 4 teams could draft either a Mega Lati or the regular base form, and that's just too many Latioses and Latiases. So they're unbanned because now only 1 team can have each. Just as well, there's a few other unbans. Just like last season, we are including Greninja. It is an XY Greninja, meaning no Oris move tutors. It can't know Gunk Shot. It can't know Low Kick. It can't know any of those moves. So just how it was in X and Y, that is unbanned, as well as Blaziken. Their tier listings are also in that tier list I provided in the description below. There has been a few changes to the battling rules this season, so I'm going to go over the really major ones. The first rule, as it was last season, we are following all Smogon rules. It's just the rule set that we're using, so that's it. The big change, though, the Mega Pokemon does not need to hold a Mega Stone. So if I drafted Mega Latios, it doesn't have to be Mega Latios. I can bring Choice Specs Latios one week. I can bring Choice Scarf Latios the next week. It does not need to be the Mega. Just as well, if you do happen to bring a Mega Stone that week, it does not need to Mega Evolve the first turn that it's out. The last rule I just want to go over real quick is battles must be done by Friday at 11:59 p.m. EST. If they're not done by then, it might result in a forfeit of one team or a draw of both teams. There are some other minor battling rules. That'll all be in the overall spreadsheet for the ISL. You can see it on the Season 2 rules page. Moving on to free agency and trades. Free agency and trades begins at the end of week 3 and ends at the end of week 7. Each team gets 2 free agency picks, unlike last season, they only got 1, and can trade up to 2 Pokemon to other teams. Each team can submit up to 1 free agency claim per week. They submit up to 3 mons that they want in priority order, so they submit the 3 mons. Number 1 is the one they want the most, number 2 is they want the second most in case that's already picked, and then the third is the one they want the least out of those 3 picks. The teams are then, the free agency is then determined in record order, so the team with the worst record will get their picks first before teams with a better record. Free agency claims must be submitted by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. EST. They will then be announced shortly afterwards. Those claims can then be used the next week. So if you submit a claim week 4, that Pokemon can be used week 5, and the same goes for trades. Lastly, free agency and trades can be from any tier, but they must be of the same tier. So if I trade an OU Mon into free agency, I must pick up another OU Mon. If I pick up an NU Mon, I must have traded an NU Mon for it. And that is going to wrap up the introduction video for the ISL Season 2. I know this was a lot of rules, battling rules, drafting rules, trade rules, but I am very, very excited for this season to start. We do have our draft on the 18th at 12 p.m. EST. If we are streaming, the link will be in the description below, and all the other spreadsheets and stuff, tier listings and the scores and whatnot, they will all be in the description below for this video as well. But that's all I got for today. My name is Berk, coach of the New England Patrats. I'll see y'all next time.